All right, go ahead.
All right. Welcome back to episode 24 of Discord Whispers. Is that what we're up to?
Yeah, 24, I think. Pretty sure.
All right. Welcome back to episode 24 of Discord Whispers. We have Addison, Quinn, Ozone, Lair, Cathixis. Nomenclature is not here today. And we have the Dr. Daergram with us. To give a recap of the of last episode's events, so everyone will be on the same page, let's go over to Ozone.
Oh God, you went to the wrong person. All I remember is mostly the emotions more than details. I remember meeting old friends and lamenting their fate and almost fighting two beholder-like creatures, but choosing not to, and making it back. That's really what the lesson that I took away. We made it back safely, soundly, without having to fight too much.
At all, without having to fight at all.
Right.
Not one damn fight.
I also remember standing idly by as Dr. Daergram just stared as Drool, stared while he was trying to talk to you without taking any action.
Yeah, that pretty much summed up last week's.
I was trying not to be rude.
Session. You were trying not to be honey.
Sure. It was like a French foreign film where there's no actual dialogue. He's just standing there looking at the ocean.
and then a blank screen with the word "Fin."
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys did gain a level. You learned about these tribes of druids that tribes usually led by a druid that roam the Nightlands, and you realize that you are going to need the help of the druids from these various tribes to basically put a stop to the craziness going on in this lab. Your in to doing so is there is a trade caravan of tabaxi coming the next day to Moonvale to trade in basically certain game meats, and then the and the people of Moonvale trade weapons and textiles to the tabaxi. So they're coming the next morning. The next day. So you guys are still at Moonvale. Nomenclature has kind of gone off on his own to study his Book of Sylvan. He's very much engrossed in it, so he's gone to the upper reaches of the tree to just study in peace, and that leaves the rest of you guys at the banquet tables in the cafeteria. And that's where we are.
So, Addison, what's the plan?
Is it morning or is it evening?
It would be evening.
Okay, so the night before?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Have you briefed us yet, Addison?
Yeah, that's how I ended last session, by sitting down, having dinner, and telling you everything that happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we ended last session with me telling you what the plan was that tomorrow afternoon the Tabaxi will be there, and I'm going to speak with them to see if we can meet with their leaders.
Sounds chill with me. Are we essentially going to be going on a journey?
You may be going on a journey.
Yeah, we don't need to prep and stock.
I mean, we're all on a journey, kind of.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, you know, like useful stuff like potions.
Potions at the monastery. Sure.
Does that not exist?
I mean, potions exist, but I mean, you know what? You know what? Roll for it. Roll a percentage die.
Oh, high.
Yeah, high or low.
Yeah, call it before you roll.
Hi.
Okay, so in the base of the tree, the same area where the cafeteria like area is, there is a older woman kind of off in the corner, in a sort of knot in the tree. She seems to be messing around with a bunch of herbs, but she doesn't look like she's making food.
All right. Excuse me, dear. Do you happen to have any potions of healing?
Potions of healing.
He was so overjoyed.
Potions of healing. Hold on one second.
Oh my god, I can't.
I don't understand what's happening.
He's trying to out-doctor me.
What?
You're out-doctoring me.
I'm out. Well, I have a higher voice than you to begin with. So you want potions of healing?
Yes, Do we actually have like a legit full martial character in our group?
No.
And Marshall.
Oh well, yeah, I guess Cathixis could be that.
Yeah, he's technically martial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not like a fighter, but
He's like a Dexy marshal.
Yeah, what do you mean by martial? Like someone who's better off like in combat, or you mean like health wise?
Like someone who's gonna just be doing a shitload of damage.
Me.
Oh, all of you have potential to do shitloads of damage.
Yeah, me and Cathixis both have sneak attack.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and did you pick which school did you pick for your bard?
Sword.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So I'm a dual wielder. I have a rapier and a scimitar. So I can, two-hand, and I get to add my modifier to both.
This will be fun.
So yeah, I can't seem to find where the potion thing is.
It's in the player's handbook.
No, I know it's in the player's hand. Oh, it's in the player's handbook? It's not in the Dungeon Master's guide?
I'm sure it's there too, but it's in the player's handbook too. 50 gold.
the regular potions, yeah, they're in the player's handbook.
What is it? Just 50 gold for a standard potion?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So she has 3 currently ready.
Is she gonna be making more by tomorrow?
No.
I'll take the 3.
Okay, so you're giving her 150 gold.
That's right, because that's fair.
Okay. All right, so
Market value.
Whatever, we're gonna need it anyways.
Are we going to implement an economy where he can buy those potions at market value here, but then look for a place where they're in high demand and sell them for 75, and then he just makes trips
He
north?
could probably do that with the tribal people.
Yes.
you could probably do that with the tribal people if, like, it's a big assumption to assume that these tribal societies use money or are interested in gold at all. But
no,
yes.
We'll do that thing where we barter for like we start with like a bottle cap, but then we end with like a refrigerator by the end of it. We just have to trade it.
Oh, isn't that what Dwight did in one episode of The Office, where he traded from like a button to like a fucking telescope to a seed?
And then ended up with magic beans. Yes. I'm so excited for this economy game we're gonna play right now.
Oh my god. So, so she gives you the 3 potions. Now what?
Fuck. What else do you think we need, guys?
Courage.
Well, that's
Heart.
alcohol.
She doesn't sell that.
Brains. And maybe some red slippers.
And
That-
heart.
Does she happen to have?
Captain Planet.
Does she happen
Whoa,
to
there
have?
was an echo for
Fucking-
just a brief moment. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That
I was
fucking.
like, yo, is Krzysztof literally summoning him?
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Does she have any potions of restoration?
No.
Oh, I guess that I'm done.
She does have this interesting looking herbal concoction that you're not sure is going to work. She says it's going to heal all your ailments, though.
How much is it?
Including my broken heart.
How much is it? It's 50, like the potion of healing.
Fuck it. You know what? We'll test it out.
All right, so
What's this thing called?
Dubious herbal concoction.
Number 7.
It's herbal, so it's good for you.
Yeah, like cocaine.
All right, I'm cool with that. Question:
Mm-hmm.
the book that I gave the kid, is that a plot item? Do we need that?
It's not a plot item, but it is very valuable.
You remember we had that whole conversation with the kid's mother, and you were like, I want you guys to keep it, and she was like, no, it would do you better, so she gave it back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, now I remember. Thank you for
And-
jogging my memory.
Remember, you mean you were told.
No, I remember that conversation. It had to be jogged.
Jogged?
Yeah, that's a term.
I'm happy that I jogged your memory.
All right, so guys, what are you gonna be up to now? So, Ralph, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so what about you, Addison?
I don't think that there's anything else that I can currently do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have all the information that I can. So, since it's evening, like, what time in the evening would you say it is?
Close-ish to bedtime. Some people are going to bed, but it's too early for others. There are people still like kind of out and about, but you can tell that things are winding down for the evening.
Yeah, but these are like monks. Like, it could be like 6 o'clock at night, and it could be bedtime for them.
No. But they're not all monks here. Some of these people are refugees. Like, remember, so, like, a lot of the kids and the adults, especially the people in the cafeterias and stuff, a lot of them are refugees from the various, like, from the places they were displaced from by the Venera. So it's not all monks. In fact, it's probably not even majority monks.
Okay. So is it like early evening or like well into like the evening, like it's about to be like late?
I'd say, like, it's not early evening, but it's not late. It's like evening. So let's say a solid 8 o'clock, 8:30, if you want to use Earth time.
Okay.
Dirt time.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go, I guess I'm just gonna go to my bed, and I'm gonna just start writing some notes, editing the map that I drew,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. All right. Cool. What about you, Ozone?
I think Ozone's also gonna spend a long day. So yeah, I'll probably linger a little bit in the I guess cafeteria area for a little bit, have a drink or two, and then my plan is to go to sleep. Yes.
Okay. And Cathixis?
Which book did I have? I traded a book with one of the guys, but I don't remember what the book was. But I'm just gonna read it for.
I thought you had the intelligence one. Or did you trade the intelligence for the charisma? I'm not sure.
Oh, because I have the charisma one. He has the intelligence, and Daergram has the wisdom.
Oh, so that's what it was. Okay, Daergram had the wisdom, and okay, yeah, no, and I don't need intelligence. No. I'm gonna. I'm gonna talk to my sentient love chain.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna say to her?
So what are you, besides the obvious?
Well, what do you want to know?
Were you turned into this whip, or were you a whip that was given life?
Excuse me, and you feel a sort of anger, a slight anger, and she says, I'm not a whip. I'm a chain.
A love chain?
You could say that.
Well, you can also whip people.
I can.
So, were you always sentient?
Yes. I was always sentient.
So what can you do?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, that's why I'm asking. That's usually why people ask questions.
Oh, well, for one thing, I can do this. So, when she says that, the entire world around you goes hazy, as if you... I don't even know how to describe it. Everything around you goes hazy. Whereas you're standing in the same place, but you are the only thing that's still solid.
The one chain. And in the darkness binds them.
Not quite.
Interesting. Did people, did anyone notice what happened?
Yeah, basically,
through the haze?
Anyone around you. So, Addison, are any of you guys still there in the cafeteria?
Ozone said he was. Right?
Yeah,
Addison
Ozone was hanging around for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So what you notice?
Addison left.
Okay, so Cathixis becomes see-through and ghostly.
He becomes what and ghostly?
Like see-through and ghostly. He becomes ethereal, ephemeral. Like you can't. Almost like he's there but not there.
So much like through the rest of life, just that's manifested.
Whoa, dude! And I'll put my I'll try to see if I could put my hand through him. And so I'll just wave slowly through his body if that happens.
Yeah, as you wave through his body and you can't touch him. It's like he's there, but you can't touch him. So your hand goes straight through him. Cathixis, roll a d20.
Okay. $15.
Okay, so you become solid again.
Oh.
Did it seem like that was because of something I did, or just it happened after I'd done what I'd done?
You did what you did, and then right afterwards he kind of popped back in.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but that's perfect, Krzysztof.
So, Ozone he's gonna say, it's like, dude, you became like see-through, and I'll poke at him with a finger just to make sure he's still solid, or that he's back to being actually solid.
Mm-hmm. So you poke him. Cathixis, roll a d20 again.
13.
Okay, so right after you poke him, he becomes see-through again.
Whoa. I start poking multiple times. I'll say like 2 more times. I'll do it one more rotation. So if I poke him again, or like wave through him again, does he become solid?
No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen every time. It seems to happen at regular intervals.
Ah, okay. Dude, I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going on.
And then you hear Shemavari laugh.
How do I do that on my own?
Dude, are
well,
you talking to yourself?
Sometimes.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Can he
finish
hear
my
me?
drink.
Can he hear me when I'm ethereal? Or I guess as I'm phasing in out? Or does is my voice phasing in out too?
I think you can hear from the ethereal plane. I'm gonna say yes. It would just sound like kind of echoey and ghost-like, but yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah.
I go to finish my drink. I'm a little confused. It's kind of cool, but yeah, I'm just gonna finish my drink and head on out after experiencing such magic.
What a wonderful world.
me being of magic.
So she says, she's like, well, that was fun, but I'm spent for the day. She's like, that was something fun just to show you.
I didn't realize you were a man. Already done after like 2 minutes.
Oh, shots fired.
She's like, that was fun, but that was but
I'm assuming she laughed in between too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she kind of you feel the power that you felt overtake you, that kind of made you go into this ethereal place seems to fade from you and go back into the chain. And she said that was fun, but I think I need rest now.
All right. That was enlightening. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll probably hit the hay early as well.
Okay. So you're gonna go to bed?
Yeah.
All right. So is that everyone, or is Ozone still hanging around? Oh no, Ozone.
Yeah, I was just sort of finishing up for the night.
Okay. So you go upstairs and go into your bunks. Nothing really eventful happens. It's just you're just able to go to sleep. And you wake up the next day. When you wake up, you notice that there seems to be a lot of kind of hustle and bustle that's going on, more so than the previous morning that you were sleeping there. Is almost like a bunch of the monks are getting ready for something. Like they're kind of, they're all out of their beds. They're running up and down the stairs trying to prepare for stuff.
Is it early morning that we wake up?
Yeah, I would say. Well, I guess roll. Yeah, I would say you'd wake up from all the hustle and bustle going on in the monastery.
And the vast majority of us went to bed at
early.
10.
Yeah.
And I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'd say you would wake up early. So, you guys wake up and you notice that there's like lots of hustling and bustling going on around you. So, floor is yours.
I'll go up to like the dojo area and see if I find the dark one, the dark like dojo area. What was the guy's name again?
Ovis.
Ovis. I go to see if I find Ovis there.
He is actually not in the dojo. There's no one actually there training.
All right, so I just, as I'm walking around, when I find a random monk walking by, I put my hand on their shoulder. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. We're preparing for the caravan. The caravan will be here soon, and we want to receive them well.
About when do you think the caravan will be here?
Within the next 20 minutes. They'll be here very soon.
Thank you. And I let him go, and I go down to like the cafeteria area.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go and I'll have myself some breakfast.
Okay.
I grabbed all my stuff, and like I'm loaded up, like ready to go, like adventuring again.
Okay.
And so that's
okay,
Addison.
so all right, Daergram.
So, since Addison did tell us the night before what we were gonna do, I'll more than likely have joined him downstairs. We're gonna just get some breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, Ozone would have done the same.
Breakfast and Ozone, of course. Cathixis.
Gonna do some.
Roll 1d4.
Hello, friends and.
2.
Stop making you roll, please.
Hey.
Okay, cool. So just so you're aware, you have 2 charges now.
Oh.
Not that you know what you can use them for, but you have 2 charges.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do some morning training in the dojo, and then say after about an hour or so, head downstairs and have breakfast.
Are you going to use the chain to train with?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you train with the chain, what weapons were you using previous to this chain?
I was using 2 short swords.
2 short swords? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you notice that this weapon has somewhat of a similar feel to it. As the swords, it's obviously heavier, but it seems to, I don't know, it seems to move with your body and deal damage in a similar way.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it'd be more dangerous than your sword. So, the things that you notice as you train with the weapon is that its properties are finesse. It has the reach property,
mm-hmm.
and it does 2d4 slashing damage.
Oh, 2d4, not 1d6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So as you're training, those are the things you notice. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So that's what you're doing. So let's cut back to. I think I touched everyone, right? Let's cut back. All right. So let's cut back to Ozone. So you're there.
Sure.
So you're there eating. Tell me about that. What's going on?
Well, what was on the menu for the morning?
Everything.
Dick.
Yeah, spotted dick. Delicious.
One of the more interesting menu items that you noticed was one of the more interesting menu items that you noticed was eggs, but it wasn't eggs in the sense that you're used to seeing, like a bunch of smaller eggs. It was one very large egg that is served within its own shell. So like it's this big shell, and it's all egg inside, all like sort of scrambled egg inside of the shell. Um, the shell is like a bowl, and people are kind of communally coming up to this bowl-shaped egg and taking eggs out of it.
Okay, like it's a serving egg for the most part, I guess, right? Like
It's an actual egg, but it's being used to serve the egg within. It is
alright.
like it's an actual eggshell. It is an actual giant eggshell, and it is being used to serve the egg with it.
It's a lot of protein. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to, do as the Romans do. Why not? I'll serve myself a healthy spoonful of egg of whatever this animal actually is, and I'll see if anybody's around, like before me. I'll ask, like, what kind of bird lays an egg this big?
It's not a bird egg, silly. It's a wyvern egg.
Whoa. Would Ozone know a wyvern?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So.
All right, so it's like, whoa, I've never seen a wyvern egg. And so like I'll take like an extra little spoon just to. It seems like other people are eating it, so why should I be afraid, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna grab a healthy spoonful and move down the chow line, I guess, if there's anything else, and then like any other meat or whatever they've got, and that's my breakfast. Yeah. And
there's a couple of different types of meat there that you see, and as well as some like pastries and breads that have been like freshly baked.
Yeah, the by the end of the line, my plate is bursting. It's overflowing with food.
Okay. So, all right. So you take all your food and have a seat. Addison, what are you doing during all of this? Are you eating, or are you just kind of like sitting and waiting?
Yeah, I'm sitting and I'm just having like, I'm sure they have like some sort of like oatmeal or something like that.
Yeah, they have like a porridge.
Yeah, I'll sit and I'll have some porridge, and I'm gonna sit, have some tea, and just try to think about what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say, how this is gonna go down.
Okay.
Just trying to like mentally prepare myself.
All right. You see, roll a perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I imagine you would have situated yourself to look at the front door, so you can see when people are coming in.
Yeah, I have myself, so I'm like, I have a nice little corner view where it looks like I'm being nondescript, but I'm like essentially casing the whole area, like looking at everybody.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, so definitely I need that roll.
That is a 24.
Okay. So you see Ovis over by the front door, waiting and kind of like looking out to the forest. He's like standing at the front door, almost like he's waiting to greet someone. He's looking out to the forest. And other than that, you see like a lot of his students standing near him, or rushing around to like get various bags and putting them on this like cart there's like this pile on this cart next to the door, that has textiles and certain bits of metalwork and all sorts of stuff like that in the cart. And Ovis is periodically looking out into the forest and then checking the cart, and then looking out into the forest and checking the cart.
Okay, I'll walk up to him.
Mm-hmm.
I look at him, I nod to him. Morning.
He nods back.
Would this be for the caravan?
Yes, of course. They should be here any minute. They usually come either in the middle of the night or very early in the morning. It's odd that they haven't arrived yet, but they should be here soon.
So they're usually very punctual.
I mean, they have no set time, but they're usually here by now. And when he says they're usually here by now, you hear a sort of giggle.
Do I know the giggle as one of the dryads?
No, it doesn't sound familiar. It sounds almost feline. Roll a perception check.
25.
Above Ovis, sort of sort of hanging on the wood of the doorway, you don't see anything with the exception of two gold eyes looking down at you guys, and a sort of feline grin that appears when it notices you noticing it.
Oh, when I noticed it, like just sort of like like stalking, just look up and I just like smile as like just like almost like a sinister, like a wicked grin.
You see it. It brings its what you can sort of see as its finger up against the wood in front of the mouth, almost like it's telling you to be quiet, like don't say anything.
Yeah, when it does that, I wink and then go back to Ovis, but with a complete like just stone face.
The second you do that, Ovis is ambushed by a night black tabaxi from the ceiling that just drops down on him. And the two of them start kind of like rolling around together and tussling.
But it seems like cute. It doesn't seem like there's any malice in this.
Ovis is frustrated and the tabaxi is laughing. Ovis is kind of like you kind of hear Ovis say like, while this is going, like, oh my god, stop it, like you always do this every time. Why can't you be more serious? And then he kind of like gets up and tries to straighten his robes, and then the tabaxi kind of stands up. The tabaxi kind of stands up and cackles to herself. The tabaxi is naked head to toe, is jet black fur everywhere. Jet black fur everywhere, and it seems to be waiting for somebody. It seems to be like she basically just stands there like she's waiting, and as she's standing there, you see rounding the corner of the tree to come up to the front. You see two other people, one other tabaxi that has the sort of fur pattern of a snow leopard, and a second, and a shifter, a pale shifter, that's wearing sort of very simple green vestments. The tabaxi that has the fur of a snow leopard has an indigo shawl with silver threading, and he's holding a red shawl with gold threading, and a spear. And when he comes up to the naked black tabaxi, he hands her the red shawl and the spear. This spear that the tabaxi is holding is way too big for her. Like, she's basically using it as a walking stick. She could never wield it as a weapon. It's way too big.
Anime style.
Yeah.
When I see that, I thought that the tabaxi weren't fond of using conventional weapons.
And she cackles and she says, right you are. This isn't a weapon, it's a trophy.
From?
I won it in a battle against one of our rival tribe, the Goliath.
Ah, well, that's quite impressive.
Yeah. I carry it around with me because it upsets them when they see me wielding it.
I can't see why that would.
Why it would upset them?
Yeah, obviously being sarcastic.
And she puts her hand. She puts her paw out to you. She says, "Well met. You are."
I stick out my hand. Quinn, Addison Quinn.
My name is. My name is Moonless Night.
Appropriate.
Well, of course it's appropriate. I was born on a moon.
You also seem to have the same sort of mystery as a moonless night.
Oh, that has nothing to do with it. This. It's just where tabaxi are named by their environment when they're born. So I was named Moonless Night because I was born under a moonless sky. His name is Blooming Heather. And then you see the what is it, the snow leopard looking one scowl a little.
Yeah, does he just look like he's upset because she said his name?
He just he just looks scowly.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I hear that you have business here.
Yes. And she points to the shifter, who you can see is pulling a sort of cart similar to the one that's on the side of the wall. He's pulling a similar cart. This one is full of what looks like different cured meat. She's like, yes, we come periodically to trade meats and textiles with Moonvale.
So, I'm not entirely sure how your hierarchy works, but would you say that you are the leader of this troop?
I mean, I am. We don't really have leaders, with the exception of one. I'm more of, I guess, in your terms, yes.
Good. Well, I'd like to cut straight to the point. I'm sure that your people, and even some of your rival tribes, are aware of the laboratory further to the north.
And she kind of growls. She does that kind of like cat growl thing.
Yeah. Yeah, when she does that, I nod. Yes, I'm aware. Well, me and my companions went investigating, and we seem to have uncovered some sort of secrets to that area. If we could possibly meet with your leader.
You want to meet with the leader of the Tabaxi?
Yeah, just very, serious. Yes, I would.
Oh my goodness. Oh, no, you can't just meet with the leader of the tribe. That's not how this works.
Well, that's not exactly what I was asking. We're not that simple. I'm aware that we need to ourselves and make offerings. I am just trying to establish that can happen. If it can't, then I won't waste your time.
So what are you offering?
I go in and I pull out the adamantine and the 2 platinum dreads. And I just with a flourish, just sort of pull them out and then just do almost like a curtsy with it. So I'm out with it in my hand.
So when you do this, you see both of the Tabaxi's eyes dilate wide, and their tails thrash back and forth as they're watching the 2 dreads swing around. So you see they immediately betrayed their interest in these items.
Yeah, I just can't hold back a smirk.
Like, well, those are fine. What are we supposed to do with those? But you can see that her eyes are still completely dilated, and even though she's like trying to take an indifferent stance, her tail is still thrashing wildly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like I have them like kind of in my fingers, and I'm almost like kind of like swishing them around like apples.
Right.
And as I'm like swishing them around, well, these are hair-like fibers that are made of precious metals. So since they are of a consistency like hair, I'm sure you can unspool them and make all sorts of wondrous things with them. And I just her like up and down, like just with a smile, still like twirling them.
You hear a sort of low rumbling that seems to come from her throat, like almost imperceptible, but you can sort of almost feel it.
Almost like a purr?
Right.
Yeah. So after I do that, I kind of stop twirling them, toss them, catch them in my hand, and then put them back in my bag. But if you're not interested, then I can take business elsewhere.
Well, the druid will not meet with you lightly. She's going to want you to perform a task first.
You'll learn I'm well worth the metal that these items are made of. Me and my companion. So whatever task it is that you need to ask of us to make this happen, let's make that happen.
Fair enough. So, one of the things that has been troubling the druid recently is due to the way that lab has been affecting the forest. It's caused this great mire to form. It's caused this great mire to form on the edge of the forest between the forest and the lands where the lab is. And in this mire, there are these disgusting buffalo-looking things that have sort of taken up residence there. And I'm sure, and they're not natural beings by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure that the druid could be persuaded to meet with you if you were to kill one of these things and bring her their head.
How long will you be here at the monastery?
I'll be here through the next 3 days.
All right. The detail will be done before then.
Okay. Well, I'll be here waiting.
Yeah, I just wink at her and go back inside to collect the guys that are eating.
Okay. So go ahead, collect them.
Yeah, well, you could cut to the guys, see if they're doing anything in that time.
All right. So Ozone, what's going on with you?
How good is that egg?
How good is the egg? So I would say it has an odd bite to it that you're not used to from eggs, and you're not sure if it's spices that were added or if it's the natural flavor of the egg, but it's a lot spicier than you were expecting. But good. Well cooked.
Okay. All right, so I'm just I was just basically chowing down, and I wasn't really planning on having any action this morning, so hopefully breakfast goes without a hitch. But,
Okay.
I'm assuming who else was eating there? I was the doc.
Daergram,
I was
right?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just basically chowing down with purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mostly just waiting on Addison to finish doing the the party face stuff.
To do the face stuff. How did I know that was coming? Okay. So you're doing that. Cathixis, what about you?
Yeah, basically once I finish training, I just go down, get breakfast.
Okay. So,
Dude, you're getting pretty tight there. Pretty swole.
What?
You've been training a lot there, bro.
What?
Are you just checking out your biceps while you're saying that?
No, I'm not.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm giving you the blankest stare imaginable.
Which is
You
pretty
should check out the
impressive
eggs.
because he's an octopus.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just like shoveling them in my mouth.
All right, so when I get back, I look at them. I get to the table, lean over it, like towards the three of them. Finish eating. We're gonna go kill some buffalo, bitches.
Why not buffalo? Why does that have to be buffalo bitches?
No, you're the bitches. Finish eating.
Oh my god.
Someone's aggressive.
Are we gonna be Are we protecting some sort of group of people?
No, we're killing buffalo. They're aberrations that the Tabaxi asked us to do to prove our worth.
Oh, we have to prove ourselves? I'm tired of having to prove myself.
I think they're just buffalo, not actual aberrations.
RPGs.
Say that again?
What did you say?
I said, come on, you've played plenty of JRPGs to know that's what we have to do.
Yeah, I do.
So don't even front.
I ain't fronting.
Dr. Dave will be fronting.
Nice.
Act you don't know what's up.